Guruji, what is yoga?
Yoga comes from a Sanskrit word called yuj, Y-U-J, yuj. Yuj means unite. So yoga means union, you to add something. So when you go by the definition of yoga means adding something, you have to understand what is that you have to add and why do you have to add. In order to understand why you have to add something, you have to also understand what is the absence of yoga, which is called viyoga. That means if somebody doesn't have health, that means there is a viyoga of health. So if you add health into that person's life, you are adding yoga, you are doing a yoga of health. Likewise, if somebody has a problem with financial problems, like somebody doesn't have enough financial resources, so when you add more financial health to that person, it's also called yoga. So yoga is a union. When we talk about union, it also means a lot of things. At a material plane, it adds a lot of things that is missing. As I said, that you add those things or union of certain aspects, like union of body and health, for example. In the highest plane, we also talk yoga about union of your lower self in your higher self. In Sanskrit, they call it Jivatma and Paramatma. Like there is always a higher self, and yoga is a esoteric science of uniting your higher self to yourself. That means you becomes complete by adding yoga. If you look at the definitions of yoga, there are many definitions. Says Patanjali in the form of Yoga Sutra, he talked about 174 different ways of how yoga has to be defined. One of the key concepts of yoga is about self-discipline. There is a yoga principle called Atha Yoga Anushasana. That means yoga is all about self-discipline. Because our life, in the modern life, we are in the rat race. We have a lot of stress, worries, anxieties. It's not in a disciplined way, it's not in a constructive way, it's not in a structured way, like we are all everywhere. So yoga brings together a perfect discipline to our body, discipline to our mind. And how do we attain discipline? Yoga has chitta vritti nirodha, controlling of the mind, restraining of the thoughts. So yoga is a perfect science of mind management. Just like we do business management to understand different aspects of business and try to manage it well, so that there is good return of investment, there is a possibility that you make more profit out of whatever investment that you do. So similarly, there are about 60 to 70,000 thoughts comes to your mind every day. So how do you manage those thoughts? So yoga is a perfect science of managing our thoughts. And that is why Lord Krishna, when he gave this sermon to Arjun, the warrior in the battlefield, he defined yoga in a couple of different ways. According to Lord Krishna, he says that yoga karmasu kausalam. That means if you practice yoga, it brings a lot of refinement to your skills. You become more productive, you become more efficient, and you attain a lot of different skills that really enhances your personality. That means you become a very expert in any subject matter that you choose. So yoga brings that finecy or that expertise into you. Yoga karma sukosam. Yoga samattam uchyate. Samattam means balance. We are struggling because there is no balance in our life. There is imbalance in our work and life. There is imbalance in our personal and professional life. There is imbalance between our mind and heart, our material goal and our spiritual goal. So yoga brings a perfect balance between all the different elements of our life. So yoga samattam uchyate. So yoga karmasu kausalam, refinement of our skills. Yoga samattam uchyate, bringing balance to our life. Yoga atha yoga anushasana, yoga brings self-discipline. So, and yoga is union. So from all different directions, if you look at, yoga is a perfect science of managing our mind, managing our life, and then fulfilling different goals, manifesting different desires, and to attain self-realization. So yoga is a perfect science to lead a happy and healthy life in this modern world, and also at the same time aspire spirituality so that we can become a greater personality in our lifetime and make a big difference in whatever we do. That's the basic definition of yoga as I understand.
So, then what is difference between yoga and meditation?
Yoga and meditations are part of the same concept, because when we talk about yoga in this country or many other places, people normally think about yoga is all about physical stretching. Yoga may be about breathing. But if you look at the complete 8 limbs of yoga, which is called Ashtanga Yoga, as doctrined by Sage Patanjali. So yoga talks about 8 different stages, 8 different aspects of concept like yamas, niyamas, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana and samadhi. So dhyana is the meditation. So meditation is an integral part of yoga, because if you do even physical stretching or asanas, it also leads to meditation. So in short, meditation is again a refined aspect of yoga which gives us different tools and techniques to manage our mind. Your meditation brings an awareness of yourself. You become more aware of thoughts. You become more aware of your mind which is processing the thought. You become more aware of intellect. So mana, chitta, buddhi, ahankara, these are all different aspects of our mind. So meditation brings us awareness of different components of our mind, different aspects of our consciousness, and different aspects of our life or different aspects of our reality. So meditation is a profound aspect of yoga which makes our mind more refined, our concept of understanding our true self, the discovery of our existence, the discovery of our consciousness, the experience of our bliss. Those are the kind of things that meditation can give us a bigger help in understanding our life more better.
So, in daily life, we are getting stressed out with the work. So, what should we do? Should we do yoga, or we should follow meditation practice? Or
I think yoga also talks about how to do a little of everything, because we are not saints and we are not in Himalayas. We have to attend to our daily chores. We have to go to work. We have to make enough money to pay our bills. We have to have to manage our parents. We have to manage our spouses, our children. So much of things that's going on in our life. So I would say yoga has to be in practice in such a way that to give some food. Yoga is also food for your mind, body, and soul. So if you think about a food that we have to eat to have a good, well-built body, so similarly, yoga's different aspects that I talked about has to be also administered every day so that you have a healthy body, you have more energy in your body, you have more a refined and positive mind, you have a very sharp intellect, and you have an experience of bliss. So if you look at the 5 layers of Pancha Kosha, the physical body, the energetic body, the mind body, the intellectual body, and the blissful body. So you have to do different aspects every day. Do some physical stretching for the physical body, which is called the asanas, an aspect of yoga. Do some pranayam practice, some breathing practice to enhance your energy level so that you don't get tired throughout the day. You have to do a little bit of meditation for your mind, so keep that calmness and peace of mind. You have to study something or read something or listen to some TED talk or YouTube talk, or the talk that we're talking right now. So all those things you have to listen and enhance your knowledge. That's your intellectual ability. And then meditate a little bit more to contemplate on different aspects that you get, feel grateful about things happening, feel more love, experience that consciousness, be present in the moment all the time. So practicing that mindfulness, that is in a meditation state. So if you look at all the different aspects, what we talk in Wellness by All Means about the 7 secrets of personal excellence, those are all a holistic practice, because you have to do this together. Even if you have 10 minutes of practice, I would recommend that you do a little of all these things and finally get into a state of meditation and then extend that. We have also a different concept of how do you let go of all the stresses, how do you transform yourself with your concept of understanding about different aspects of life, and then you move forward with new insight that you gain from these practices. So in short, if you practice all together in a structured way, and if you learn step by step in a proper way, in an authentic way, then you experience the bigger aspects of yoga, the deeper aspects of yoga, the more subtle aspects of yoga. Then you get more fulfilled in life, rather than just doing one component of it and then getting wrong results. It's like the 7 blind people investigating about the elephant. Like somebody looks at the tummy of the elephant, oh, the elephant is like a wall. Somebody looks at the trunk and then says the elephant like a rope. Somebody touches the ears of the elephant and then gives a different opinion. Somebody talks about the legs of the elephant, things like it's like a pole. So all these are part of the experience only. The holistic experience will come when you embrace the principles behind the 7 secrets what we teach and understand the bigger aspects of yoga and get complete benefit and make a big difference in your life. So yoga makes us quite big. Yoga really makes you who you are. And who we are, according to yoga, is we are Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. Tattvam Asi. You are also that. So when we understand the bigger aspect of this philosophical concept about yoga, and you understand why you do what you do, understanding those intellectual concept behind it, the spiritual principles behind it, and you do any physical practice of yoga, and then connect them together, you get more benefit. Thank you.